here. This is an improbable celebration of an improbable coming together to form an improbable organization that has improbably survived for 20 years. Wow. My gratitude to all of you who are here to celebrate with us, who nurtured, sustained, and supported us. Our gratitude to all of you is simply overflowing. We're especially honored to be blessed with the opportunity to lift up the many heroes, both present and past, who have been our North Star. Those who've taken risks, sometimes life or death, in order to embrace a vision of being in this world in order to transform this world. You just heard from one of our distinguished awardees, and you can see why he has been such a beacon for us. Shortly, you'll hear from three others: Eve Ensler, Joyanne Reed, and Barbara Smith.
Barbara. Hi.
Hi, everybody. The deeper spirit of AAPF celebration, beyond the list of projects you'll hear about, our allies and our campaigns. And in that clip that we saw represented in Elliston, I was reminded about Dr. King's famous letter from a Birmingham jail, that behind movement, behind activism, behind sacrifice, was the story of a father's response to the pain that he was forced to convey to his children, the pain of segregation, the pain that forced him to tell his babies that they could not go to Funtown because Funtown was not meant for Black children. It was this moment, that example, that Dr. King galvanized in responding to the brothers of the cloth who had chastised him for demanding too much too fast, for not waiting for white folks to decide that the time is right for the Negroes to achieve the justice that they deserved. In this moment, Dr. King exemplified the kind of intersectional politics that we often overlook, the need to struggle within our communities on behalf of the parts of us that are not welcome in the communities that we're in. Now, this has been the story of AAPF for over a generation. And like Dr. King's story, it begins too with a painful encounter. I call it an encounter with asymmetric conditions of belonging. For me, it wasn't so much a material moment, but honestly a psychological one. Now, I've told this story before. It's a story of being invited, along with another African-American male student, to a previously all-white drinking society by another African-American male at the end of our first-year exams. Now, me and my friend agreed together that when we got there, we weren't going to take any stuff. We didn't really use that word, but y'all know that. We had a pact. We had an agreement. We were going to stand shoulder to shoulder, right? So when we got there, and of course it was a big door with a brass ring, we knocked on the brass ring. Our friend stepped outside and shut the door behind him. Mm-hmm. We bristled. We crossed our arms, trigger position, ready for whatever stuff was coming our way. Yet our friend told us to relax. The problem wasn't that we couldn't come in the front door because we were Black. We couldn't come in the front door because I was a woman. Ooh. Now, to me, the condition still stood. Right. This is some stuff.
Right.
We're supposed to be in solidarity against stuff. Right. So in my mind, we're both supposed to continue the trigger position. This is the kind of stuff that we agreed not to take. My friends didn't see it that way. They were perfectly willing to turn to me and to implore to me, on behalf of Black people, not to make a scene.
Right.
So on behalf of the race, I dutifully, but angrily submitted. It would be the last time that I will.
There you go.
Resisting the politics of asymmetric solidarity. It's that I'm ride or die for you, but you're not ride or die for me.
Okay.
All right.
I know about that.
Politics that brought Luke Harris and me together. First with the Anita Hill hearings, and then onward, often with people and organizations who we've worked with and struggled with over 20 years, and many of you are here tonight. As intersectionalists, we are not about one issue or one community, but we are about all the ways that our movements are diminished by down politics, or by baselines grounded in the oppression of another. Just like feminists got it wrong by grounding suffrage on white supremacy, anti-racists get it wrong when they frame racial justice around patriarchy.
Yes. Yes. Say it.
Our goal, our mission, is to enhance our struggles, to lift up alternative ways of seeing, to better see the road ahead. Luke Harris often talks about how the entire baseline in the war over affirmative action is about the diminished overrepresentation of white folks.
Right.
Mostly men at the helm of American society. And if anyone doubts the terrible consequences of failing to properly interrogate those assumptions that ground contemporary politics, I give you Exhibit A, that thing called the presidential election.
Exhibit A. Exhibit A. Exhibit A.
So, tonight is a night of celebration, but we do so knowing that the work ahead is perhaps more important than ever before. We need to enhance our collective capacity to fight multiple battles for social justice at the same time. This is more important now than ever. And we at AAPF know a little something about that. Yes, you can fight for affirmative action. At the same time, you can fight against violence against women.
Yes.
Yes, you must lift up the struggles of women against state violence. Straight and queer, elite and working class, cis and trans, immigrants and native born.
Yes.
Those with
Yeah.
disabilities,
Yes.
those without it. At the same time.
Yeah.
And yes, we can fight against white nationalism here and fight for self-determination for aggrieved populations everywhere.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Justice cannot be circumscribed to a zero-sum game on the outside, nor to trickle-down politics on the inside.
Good.
Justice and well-being are not commodities preserved for those who are first in line, but a public resource that must be guaranteed to the last in line.
Yes. Yes.
This is what intersectionality is about.
Yes.
This is what the African American Policy Forum is about.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what the next 20 years will be about.
Yes.
With you inside.